Hey Mark, this is Amal. Hey, I was just doing a quick video to kind of show you where I'm at, and also wanted to run something by you that would work better on video explained. Anyway, this is the tablet keyboard I've cut out, and I'm going to be gluing the leather onto this part. What I was going to say is I actually scuffed this part up a little bit so it helps to glue it here. Is if I felt like this was going to start peeling, I was going to run a stitch completely along this edge here, and so basically it would, there's enough room here to do that. The only concern is, I was going to use black stitching for the rest of the tablet, and I think black would go well with that leather, but then you would have black stitching around this edge. So I don't know if that's okay with you or not. I think I would, if I was going to do that, I would either stitch over the thread already here, or I would just undo this thread and redo it. This thread is actually more decorative. When I cut this part off here, these pieces are completely adhered together, so this thread isn't really holding anything closed necessarily. Anyway, I just wanted to run that by you. I'll see how it feels once I glue it down and it's set for a couple days to see whether that leather will start to peel off. Okay, so the other thing I want to run by you is the holder. This is the holder section, and this is the inside liner. This inside liner here that I cut away from the fold when I did the keyboards, and I dyed it black with a finish on it, and so it waterproofs it a little bit. But what I was thinking for this was, instead of trying to remove this, my thought was to first paint just the edges, from this area to here, this black, and I'd have to tape this all off over here on the back side. But basically it would be kind of like this. Let me see if I can get this in there. It'd be kind of like this, this black. You have this black lining. You might have a little bit of, let's see, a little bit of that. It just depends how deep I can get the paint to go in, the dye to go in. So anyway, my thought was to dye this area here up to this point all black like this, and then this is actually the pigskin lining I was going to use for the rest of the case. My thought was, and if I do a fold over or I'll dye the edge, but was then to continue the pigskin lining from like right there, and then down the rest of the way, all the way down to the keyboard section, to the flap and all that. So that is what I was thinking. My thought is that, so I can get this to focus right, is that this this to me feels secure. I was started to kind of play with prying it off, and really I'm afraid either A, I'll crack the the case, or something. So my thought is to do something like this, where this white part here is dyed black up to right about here, and then start the lining all the way down. Now you don't want it stitched here, because then the stitch would come through. I think, yeah. And so basically, just this whole section I was going to keep intact, and this part would be sandwiched between this lining and the Kodiak leather, and then this top part would be this actual liner stitched into the Kodiak leather. So I don't know if that makes sense. That's kind of how I'm thinking is the best part. I mean, the only issue, like you said, the tablet would be covering this section. The only thing is, like, right on this edge here, and technically right on this edge, you would see a slight seam. Let's see if I can get in the sunlight here. You see a slight seam. Now this is completely unfinished on the edge. I would dye this all black, and I would potentially even do a little fold over deal like that. So let's see if I can find a nice edge here. So it would be something like that, and then tucked in or whatever. And so you would have then this would all still have stitching, but it would be all glued down right there. There'll be a slight transition from this liner to this liner. I don't know if that makes sense, but this is what I'm thinking about doing with this part, is to leave this part completely intact, just dye this top section here black, the back part of it black, and then just start the lining material from right about here all the way down. Let me know what you think about that. To me, I've been thinking about it for since yesterday, and just since I received your case, and I think that's the best method to create a nice, to keep it still pretty secure and not mess with the case. I don't know if you can see, there's a little dots right here, and I think really that those dots are used in the glue to kind of spike it in. So I don't really want to deform the case in any way while I'm trying to do this. So that's my thought, is to use this as the backer. This would be the filler backer, no foam, just the Kodiak leather on the back, and then dye this section, and then start the liner down here, and then when we get to the curve or the bend right here, then I would start the foam, and the liner would obviously continue all the way down, and then to the next part. The only other thing, since I have a moment, is this is the black case, and I was just measuring the strips out. Is when it comes time, I was thinking about spacing it out like this, and probably about this thickness too, this width. But my question was, we were gonna put basically a strip of leather, the Kodiak leather, it kind of strips here so that it would catch, this part would catch on each section. My question was, I could stitch this part in. That takes a little bit longer, but my thought was I could put about 4 rivets, 2 on each side basically, and 2 here, and that would rivet into the liner, the pigskin lining, and into the foam section, but then it wouldn't show on the Kodiak side. So I was thinking about doing that. I don't know if you would like that look, but basically it'd be 3 or 4 strips of leather riveted in. Anyway, let me know what you think. So this is what I got so far, and I might do more videos just as we go along. Thanks, bye.